Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back with another makeup video for you guys. So today what I'm going to be doing is a makeup of my everyday makeup for like work. When I wake up in the morning, I have maybe like 10-15 minutes to get ready, and ideally there are some days where I brush my hair, put it up, or do something real quick to it, no makeup, but there are other days where I do want to get, nice and dressed up and makeup and all that. I'm a manager at my company, so I do like to try and look the role. So I've got my stuff laid out that I typically use. I'm going to show you guys that. As you can also see, I've got a new background. I really liked the rose gold one that I had, but I wanted to switch it up. I also was kind of playing with my cameras. I've got a ring light over here, and I've got another light on this side. In some of the last videos, you could really see the ring light, like when I would hold something up. You could see the light on it. So kind of trying this one out, see how I like it. So hope you guys stay around. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I'll be happy to answer those. But welcome back to my channel. Let's get on into it. Okay, so first what I'm going to start to do, I've already moisturized my face. I use the Clinique moisturizer. So I've already put that on. I normally like to put that on when I first come into my makeup room, put that on real quick, and then I'll run to the bathroom, get to my beauty sponge, get that wet, so that's ready for me. But what I don't do crazy sections in my hair. My hair, I just try to keep it real quick and simple. But I've already brushed most of it out. I do part it on the side, and then what I will do is I'll go in, and this will be my first section. I'll just comb that out, and then I will take my straightener, and this, hopefully that will focus, is the Conair Infinity Pro. I think I got it at Target for like $9. I'll go ahead and straighten that part because I like that to lay flat. And this is how my hair naturally is. So I take a shower at night, I go to bed, and that is what I get. And I do wash my hair every day. I'm not one of those people that will wash my hair once a week, twice a week. And I know there are people out there that are going to say, well, it's not good to wash your hair every day. Everybody's hair is different. I am a cosmetologist, although I'm not working in that field currently. I did work at a salon for about a year. So I know a little bit about hair. So I'll just put that on there. And I'm pretty much going to go section by section all the way around the head. Once I get to the middle, then I'll start on this side. I don't hold it on there too long. Let it go, and that's it. I don't mess with it. So some people go brush it, they'll run their fingers through it. I don't do any of that. I'll let that lay there and kind of cool off. I'll grab my next section, comb that, make sure all that piece is detangled. Again, I'll go in with my straightener, straighten that area, comb it again, and then I'll put my curling iron in it. And I'll hold that there for a little bit. I'll kind of get this out of my face because it's going in my mouth. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of a runny nose. It's kind of getting windy out here. It was crazy. Yesterday we had family over and it was maybe 80 degrees. It was really nice, and then all of a sudden it started to get windy. So again, I just let that go and I'll leave it there. If I feel like, and I kind of do, I got a little bit of a wave right here that I'm seeing. Once this cools off, I'll go back in either with my straightener and get that, or I'll actually make that a little bit smaller and do another curl to it. Normally that happens when I do too big of a piece. So I'm going to go in with my straightener, run that through there. And hopefully the sound is good on this one, because my last couple of videos I actually had a little fan going. And in one of them I explained it was just really hot in here. We run off of a swamp cooler, and it sometimes doesn't get my beauty room cooled off very well. So now that we're getting into the cooler months, I will, you know, not have to have that on. So now what I'll do, this will be, I think I'll actually touch up this little piece right here that I didn't like. So that'll come off, and then, so I'm gonna go just right here. I don't want to go too far down because I'm not trying to straighten that curl, but I think that's good. So I will then take a clip, or I'll break a clip. I've got more, and that happens. Unfortunately, I get these at Ross, and this is the little clip right there part. It just pops right off. This one feels better, but I will pull my hair back, and now that is out of my face. So at this point, what I will actually do is start on my makeup, because I don't know if I can do it while I'm necessarily recording, but what I'll do is I'll curl one of my pieces, hold that in my hand, and then with the other hand, I'll try to do something with my face. But I'm gonna go in with this mattifying primer and acne treatment from Cover FX. Hopefully you guys can see that. I really like this one. I was using another Cover FX one. I don't have it in here, but it was really good. But once I found this one, I really like it. I will say the acne treatment, I don't know whether it's really doing anything. I do use Proactive on my face. I get a lot of, you know, like acne down in this area, especially hormonal acne. So the Proactive seems to really help. But, and I don't put primer all over my face. I put it mostly in my T-zone, and then a little bit right here. And then we'll just kind of rub that in. And I'm sorry if I keep looking that way. My viewfinder's there. So that is done. And then I will go in with my foundation. So lately I have been on the Anastasia Luminous foundation. I really started to like this. I will say it does make me a little bit more oily. I was using this one. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. I really liked this one, but I'm not sure what happened. After using it a while, I feel like it got a little splotchy on me. Like I would get little spots of it. I would get where it wouldn't stay on my skin. It was really weird. It threw me off because I really liked that for so long. But I will say the one thing I don't like about this is, and it's got some makeup on it, the pump. I don't like the pump. I don't know if it's just this one is defective. I haven't looked at the other ones. My next year I'll look at it, but once I push the pump down, it stays down and I have to twist it for it to pop back up. So what I do is I just take the whole thing out, pull it out like that, wipe some of it off so it's not dripping, and then I'll just put it on. And it looks a little bit dark, but you'll see once I get it down here, which is as far as I pull it down, it'll actually blend right into my skin. Just a little bit more right there. And of course I got a little bit in my hair. I'll pull that off. All right, and then just blend that into my skin. For the most part, I tap it in. Sometimes on my neck, after I've tapped it a little bit, then I'll kind of pull it down, but I like to tap it in. I feel like you're pushing it into your skin rather than wiping it or swiping it on your skin. So here's kind of where I'm still tapping, but I pull down just a little bit, and I go all the way back because I do go to the gym on my lunch. And so when I've got my hair pulled back, I don't want like a line of makeup. And as you guys can see, like that really blended into my neck pretty nicely. We would go to Mexico a lot during the summer and just get a lot of sun. But because I'd always have makeup on and always have makeup on with foundation or with an SPF, I just never got really much tan or much sun on my face. So at this point, I think I'm actually going to do another piece of hair, and this will be the last piece on this side. So I'm going to go in get that all nice and brushed out. And then because this is a bigger one, I actually am doing it in like 2 different sections, a top and a bottom section to straighten it. That's done. I'll brush it out one more time. And then we'll go in, and I don't know if I showed you guys, but I use the Conair Instant Heat curling iron. I have so many high quality curling irons. I have a Bellamy. I've got just other ones that I paid a lot of money for. I've got some that we got in beauty school that were really good quality, but I always come back to these. They're $9, I think they are, and they work perfect. I've got wands. I've got so many wands. The Bellamy one that I have, it has like 12 different attachments, but just the thought of having to use a wand, having to use one hand to hold it, having to use the other hand to wrap it around, I don't know, I'm just not crazy about it. When we go to Vegas, if I have time to do that, and sometimes I will. So you'll see I haven't really ran my fingers through them. They're still very curly. So now I'll grab this side, swoop the other side back, and then we'll pull this forward. And I don't know why I do this, but I do it every time. So since I do it, I'm going to show you guys what I do. I actually will go through, because this side of my hair is thinner because of where my part's at, but I'll actually straighten it all right now. Like I said, I don't know why I do it this way. I don't know if it's like a habit that I just kind of got into. But I started doing it, and I figured, well, if I'm doing it, it works for me. And then once I've done that, I kind of go underneath to see if there's anything under there that I need to get. And that looks pretty good. So I will grab my first section, curl that, and I'm sorry, I'm just trying to look in the mirror that I have in front of me. And then from there, I'm going to grab my makeup again, my foundation, and just swipe that on my face. And this is what helps me so that I can, you know, get all this done within a couple minutes. I didn't intend on that piece of hair coming out so fast, but let me just push that back real quick. And I will bring some of that back and down by my décolleté. Go in with my sponge. And these are, gosh, I want to say these are NYX sponges. I believe they are. NYX are Wet n Wild. I'll have to find it and I'll link it down below what it is. But they're so inexpensive. I think they're $4 or $5 maybe. Again, I'll link it down below so you guys can see. But I really like these over everything that I've been using. I've got the orange ones, which I think are Real Techniques. I've got a ton of beauty blenders. I don't think it's in here, but this one, which I think this is a Morphe one. I do like this one also. It's a good one. But I always go back to this. It's so good. It's so squishy. You know, some of them don't get as soft. I really like them, and I have a ton of them. I probably have 10 of them. Because I don't always get to washing my makeup sponges. And I will say, my brushes, I use my brushes 2 times and then I wash them. Eye brushes, I wash them every time. My sponges, I will use once, which is why I have so many. Because at the end of the night, excuse me, I have so many sponges, so, you know, I don't have to use it one at a time, or I don't have to use it multiple times. So that looks pretty good, and as you can see, like that blended down and matched to me very well. Let me fix my necklace. Do you like my necklace? If you guys can see it, it's a rose gold mini ears. Last week was my birthday and my husband took me to Disneyland. He was gonna get me a new Dooney and Burke purse. They just had a new collection come out for their 10-year anniversary, and it is gorgeous, but I have a large collection of Dooney and Burkes, and right now I'm using one. It's a Jack Skellington one, but I have my Louis Vuitton Neverfull that I'm just obsessed with, even after having it for 2 years. So I thought about it and I was like, you know what? You're gonna spend $300, maybe $250 because of the discount we get, but still $250 on a purse, and I may use it for a month and then I'm gonna put it away because I wanna bring my Louis Vuitton back out. So we decided not to go that route. I've been wanting a necklace because my mom had given me a necklace several years back and I had worn it every single day. My necklaces don't come off. But this one, from it moving on the actual necklace, it had kind of worn out the gold. And so one day I moved it one day and the whole pendant had just come off, and you could see where it little by little had just kind of been grinding down on the gold. So we had been looking for a necklace for a while and we found this one, and the problem is I'm a little chunky, so I can't wear an 18. An 18 fits me pretty tight, and there's not a ton of things at Disneyland that are a 20, but we worked with a lady in one of the stores and she was so nice. She was taking necklaces out for me so that I could try them on, so I could see, you know, see how they fit. And she saw this one and she's like, you know what? I think this might be a 20. And so she took it out for me and I put it on and I fell in love. And then they had matching earrings. Ideally, I would have liked the studs. I don't have them on now, but I would have liked the studs because I wear earrings all day, every day too. You know, I put them on, I leave them on. But she said they didn't have the studs in stock, so they had dangly ones. And I will try to have it in my thumbnail. So if you look at my thumbnail, I'll put them on. And I was like, you know what? I don't know. I'm not a dangly earring person, but my husband was like, well, just look at them, like put it up to your ears, see what it looks like. So I did, and I fell in love. So I will have those on in the thumbnail. But I do believe, I'm just looking in the mirror to make sure, I do believe we are all done curl-wise. I thought I saw one little piece of hair that I didn't have curled right. And my hair will stay like this for maybe a good hour or two, like before I run my fingers through it. I try not to really mess with it. I don't think you can see that, but that's done. So now I'll actually finish. I got something in my eye, sorry, eyelash. I will try to finish my face. And for the most part, all these mistakes that I make, I'm human. I leave them in here. I don't cut them out. You know, if somebody opens my bedroom door, that's pretty much the only time that I'm going to edit the video. But, you know, I'm human and I make mistakes just like everybody else. And maybe at some point when I'm doing videos, I may go through there and start all over again and cut stuff out. But I'm just like, why? You know, people, like I said, make mistakes. I do. To my husband, I'm probably the queen of mistakes. I am constantly doing stuff and he gets upset and I'm like, I'm human, like I make the most mistakes in the world. But you're gonna see the unraw, the unedited I don't like the shadow that this shirt is like giving my underpit. But of course I got this under my, or on my hair as I'm messing around. See, here we go, mistakes. I don't like to put my hair behind my ear, but I'm gonna just kind of do that softly. And then I'm just gonna blend this in. And remember, this is work makeup, so I don't do under eye concealer. I don't do eyebrows. Eyebrows take me a while, so I do not do those for work. For the most part, I don't do eyeliner. Maybe once a week, I'll have enough time to do a little eye makeup, and nothing, you know, nothing too extravagant or anything like that. If you're on my Instagram, you've seen some of my makeup looks recently. Those are definitely not work makeup. If anything, I'll go on with like a light brown right here, and then maybe something pink or shimmery more on the inner corner. I always try to make sure to get into the crease of my nose, and then also I have, I don't know what side it's on. This side, I had my nose pierced, and so the hole is still there, and sometimes if I don't really get in there, you could see that the makeup's not in there. And I'm sorry if I make some of the funniest faces when I do my makeup, but I have a tendency of like having my mouth wide open. And then I just kind of check, because it is lighter on my, or darker on my face, you know, I just make sure to go around a lot. I see some people, they go pat, 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 and they're done. I'm like, what, really? I can't, because it's such a shade difference. But I do think I'm good here. So I will move on to my powder. I haven't really found a powder that I'm absolutely in love with, and I'm just closing that foundation before I drop it or something. But I actually, this was an accident when I found this. I was going on a trip to Mexico, and I had tanned the night before, and I had gotten really dark. And so I needed a foundation, and that was where the Makeup Revolution one came in. I found that, and it was, when I tried it on my hand, it looked really nice. But then I also needed a powder, so I was like, okay, let's just try something real quick. And I found this one, and it's the NYX Mineral Matte. I wish I had, and I don't think I do, but there's another one. It's NYX, and it's same thing, same tube and everything, or container, but it says Set and Free or something like that. Maybe I'll list it below. But these are very similar, and I like both of them. I'm gonna go in with this Jaclyn Hill brush. This is, it's one of my clean ones. The Morphe Jaclyn Hill, I don't know if you'd see that because of the lights, but the JH01 brush. So I'm just gonna pick some of that up, and what I do is, I'm not crazy about these sifters, but I'll tap some of that in there, and then I'll actually go into the lid and kind of tap a little bit of that off, and then I'll apply it. And for the most part, I push it in my face. Sometimes afterwards I'll go in and, you know, swipe it, but I like to make sure that it gets pushed into my face first, because again, I feel like you're really pushing it in there. I don't like when my makeup looks like it's sitting on my face, almost like, it happens when I get oily. Like, you can tell that there's a layer of oil on my face and then a layer of makeup, and you can almost just wipe it away. So I don't like that, which is why I try to push it into my face. And again, I'll make sure to get next to my nose, and then usually my eyes, because it's kind of weird when the bristles are pushing up against my eyes, but my eyes I'll swipe it on. Same thing in my eyebrows. I try to get it in there, because for some reason, and I think it's just because I'm chunky, but my eyebrows sweat, and so sometimes I'll get little beads of sweat in my eyebrows. That's only when it's really hot. I'm not trying to be like, oh, every day. But I just make sure to apply this everywhere. I don't care for, like, this is my under eye one that I like. It's the translucent Veil. Yeah, Veil translucent setting powder. So I like this when it comes to like baking, doing my under eyes. Sometimes I'll do the jawbone right here. But to set my whole face, I do like a colored powder. I know some people say it's too much, it looks too cakey. I don't know, I like it. So, and that's where, towards the end, like I said, I'll kind of sweep it around a little bit and it looks good. If I would have built the foundation a little bit more, it would have been a little bit more full coverage. I do see that I've got a couple spots popping through, but I'll survive. I'm really not going anywhere today. It is Sunday and it's no football today, so that's a bummer. But I'm gonna do this, and then I've got a haul that I'm gonna record, and then Peyton and I just did her Halloween bags. We do Halloween bags for her class every year, so I really enjoy that. But next I'm going to go in and I'm going to contour. Still like to contour with the powder. I know a lot of people are into contouring with like a foundation. They'll take a darker foundation and put it in their contour, or foundation, or not foundation, I'm sorry, concealer, darker concealer. But I'm still with the good old powder. So I really love this palette. This is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess palette. Had this one for a while, but my only thing is I really only use 2 colors in here. Hopefully I can get that. So here's the palette. This color right here, Princess Cut. This is my go-to color. The highlight, the halo, and the enhance, they're okay, but of course I have better. If I'm a little bit darker or it's during the summer, then I'll go in with this color right here. But right now I'm just going to stick with my Princess Cut. This is a brush that I have used, I need to wash, but it is a Morphe R10 brush. I really like this brush for my contour. There's another one that I used to really use a lot. It's very similar to this one. This is a BH Cosmetics brush, but I used to use a brush like that to contour with, but once I found this one, and I think I got this in the Jaclyn Hill collection, I really liked it a lot better. So I can show you guys what I'm doing because I'm over here on my desk. I'll just kind of tap it in there a little bit, and then I'll make my fishy face. And some people will start here, but I've been trying to go a little bit higher, and I've started to like that. And I'll put the majority of the product up higher, and then as I blend, I'll bring it down. You don't want to start with a lot of product down here, because then you're going to have a hard time. You're going to be blending a lot more, and depending on the product you're using, my camera just stopped. I think it has like an automatic stop after a couple minutes. But as I was saying, depending on what you're using, you really want to start in the higher area and then just kind of pull it down lightly. And then I'll pull it up into my temples. I don't do a ton on my forehead because I feel like my forehead is pretty proportionate to my face a little bit. It's a little bit big, but I don't do a ton up there. If anything, it'll be like whatever's left on my brush, which probably isn't much, and I'll just kind of go up here. I don't feel like that does a ton of difference, as you can see, but I'll go back in here and blend. You can see that. And then again, I'll pick some more up and we'll go on the other side. Again, I'm keeping most of it up by my hairline, and then as I blend, and I blend a little weird, I'm just gonna pull it down. And I'll go back up here a little bit, and then bring it down. I don't really do nose contouring. I feel like I have a pretty cute nose, so I don't mess with that. Jaw contouring, I see some people that do it, but I feel like I'm up close with a lot of people. My husband loves to look at my makeup. So if you see like a dark streak right here, I feel like it's kind of weird. And then if I were to try and bring it down even more, it's just not gonna look good on me. So I don't really do much other than right here in my cheeks. So now that I've got that blended, I will say I'll go back and I'll blend a lot. You know, I don't like the idea of it looking muddy, as some people say, or gray. And I want it to look very natural, but that's about what you're gonna get. And then from there, I go over to blush, and I am hooked on this blush palette, which I need another one. It is a Morphe Trio, and it is Pop of Rose, and I'm pretty sure it's rose because it doesn't have a little at the end, but I only use the first color. So this color right here, Legendary, that's pretty much the only color that I use. The other colors are very beautiful, but this middle one has a shimmer in it, and I really don't like a shimmer blush because I put a highlighter on. I do put a highlighter on my cheeks, but there's just something about a blush that I'm not crazy about. I'm gonna go in with this Morphe R2 brush. I'm just gonna tap that on there, tap the excess off. I'll smile and then just kind of swipe it on. And I don't go heavy on it because I'm not trying to look like a clown. You know, I just want a little bit of color. That's pretty good. And then again, I'll go right back in. I got an itch. And I'll go on the other cheek. Alright, and that's it for that. And then my favorite part is my, I almost said contour. No, it's not. It is my highlighter. So I have been hooked on this. I have tried so many different highlighters. Stuff that's in palettes, singles, liquids, powders, creams, but I always go back to this because I absolutely love it. It's everything that I could hope for in a highlighter. I've tried a couple of new ones. I've tried Moonstone. I really thought I was gonna like Moonstone, but it just didn't cut it for me. This one I have Hit Pan on. I do have a new one, but it is the Becca Champagne Pop. I don't know if I'm the only one that's still totally in love with this. I know I read something the other day where people were saying, it was somebody's video, how they're saying that people are coming out with too many new products constantly, every other week, stuff like that. And somebody was saying how Becca constantly keeps coming out with Champagne Pop, but in a different packaging, different holiday, different this, different that. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm the only one that's really still in love with this. But it's, like I said, I've hit pan. I have a brand new one in my bag, but I don't want to, you know, pull that out because it still has some good product in it. But I just love it. And I will show you the Moonstone. So the Moonstone is the second one that I've bought from her. They look very similar, but I will say when they go on the skin, they're very different. I don't get that full effect like I do with Champagne Pop. So you guys know this is Champagne Pop, and then this is Moonstone. Hopefully you guys can kind of see the difference. I gotta say I'm really happy with my lighting right now. This one is just, I don't know, it's more champagne-y, more like bubbly. And this one is gorgeous, it is, but I feel like you really have to apply a lot of that moonstone. So I will go in with my favorite highlighting brush, and that again is a Morphe M510. Let's see if I can get that to focus on there. Love this. I love how fluffy it is. It is used. Like I said, I wash my brushes every 2 days. So I will go in. I normally start up here. And I'll go in kind of swirly motions. And I don't press down. So I'm not going like this. I'm just barely kind of like buffing it into my skin. I feel like it looks better that way. And so I took a little bit more because I love to shine. And I'll kind of put that on there. I've just recently started doing the apples of my cheek. I don't know where I saw that at. But you know, a lot of these Instagram photos that you're seeing, you just see it so shiny right here. And so I was like, I really like that. I'll put that there, and then towards the end I'll kind of bring it up above my brow bone. Hope you guys can see that. I'll go in with a little bit more, tap some of that off, and then do the same on this side. And I'll get just a little bit more. And then we'll go up by the brow bone. That looks good. And then I always do the tip of my nose. So I'll go right there. And then my Cupid's bow. I really like my Cupid's bow. That was something when I was younger, like the girls in my school, they would always talk about my Cupid's bow. I never even knew what that word was. But I really like how defined mine is. I would love to get lip filler at some time because I feel like my lips are, they're small. So I feel like they're here, but I kind of wish they would be pulled out a little bit and then just a little bit thicker. But I do like how that looks. And then, like I said earlier, I don't do, for the most part, I won't do eyeshadow, I won't do eyeliner, brows. I will go in with my favorite mascara, which is the Bad Gal Bang. I really love this. I love the brush on it. I love how it separates my eyelashes. That is what the brush looks like. So, and let me just get, I don't want to look down in my mirror while I'm doing this, but I'll look up at you guys. And it just, I don't know, like I love how they don't clump together that much. They just look good. I'll do the bottom. I don't do a lot on the bottom. I'll say I like the bottom. Of course I'm doing clumpier. But I like the top a little bit more dramatic than the bottom. Especially because when I go to the gym, my bra straps are showing. When I go to the gym and I keep my face on, but once I start sweating under here, the mascara will actually put little dots on my face. So we'll do this eye. And I don't go crazy because I do wear glasses, and so when my eyelashes have too much mascara on them, they will actually hit my glasses. But I think that looks pretty good. I'm not going to do it just because I don't have my fan in front of me. It's actually on the floor, but I do set my makeup, and it really just depends on what I have around me, which I don't have anything around me right now. We came back a couple of days ago from a trip, and so I haven't unpacked everything, but I'll spray my face, I'll set it, and then I've got a little fan that I will use to dry the face. When you spray your face, you don't want to like do this with your eyes. You don't want to try and move that much because you don't want everything to set into your fine lines. And I know that's kind of going against what I was saying. I like my makeup to kind of go into my skin. But I get like lines under my eyes where the makeup, you could see where it clumps in there. You don't want to do that. I'll go in with a lip gloss. This is a Morphe lip gloss in Boohoo. I really liked this one. I think this is in one of my last hauls. And now my hair has had time to kind of cool off, although I still really don't run my fingers through my hair too much. I'll just kind of get that where I have the clip. And then that's it. So this is Work Ashley. So what do you think? Easy? Hard? Too much? I know everybody wants like a really quick routine. I mean, I don't think this is too bad. The video is going to be bad because it took me a while, but this is how it turned out. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for sticking around. I know it's a long one. I've been trying to get my videos down a little bit, but it's so hard because I want to give you guys all the information that I can. Ideally, I watched YouTube videos because I wanted to learn more. I went to beauty school, but they teach you the basics. You know, we did makeup, we did hair, we did nails, and I can do all of that, but I want to learn more. So thanks for sticking around. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know down below. Go over, check out my Instagram. We are growing. I don't share just things that are makeup related. I've got makeup, my family, pets, Disneyland. So go check me out. But thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate all the love I've been getting from you guys. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Thanks. Bye.